The plight of India's untouchables. The degree to which caste remains an ordering principle in our society today is still unknown to some of us. In India, caste-based discrimination and violence based on caste takes place across the country. In metropolitan cities too, caste has its ugly presence, even if not in obvious ways. The caste system of India consists of Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras and Dalits. The term untouchability is most commonly associated with treating the Dalit communities in the Indian subcontinent as untouchables who were considered polluting. The origin of untouchability and its historicity are still debated. Some of the most important causes of untouchability in Hindu society are racial factors, religious factors, and social factors. About 170 million people, 17% of the population of India are Dalits. Of these, more than 3/4 live in rural areas. This number is more or less equal to that of rural India's upper caste Hindus. In about 30 to 40% of villages, Dalits are denied entry to shops or not allowed to come close to the counter even if purchase is allowed. They are seated separately and even humiliated in front of the crowd. Commodities are held on the ground to avoid direct contact with the Dalits. Dalits are unable to reach police stations to register grievance or to stand up for themselves. Things pretty much hasn't changed at all. Dalits are still deprived of their basic rights such as education and medical facilities even after national law banning such discrimination. Around 160 million people are considered to be untouchables. The violence against Dalits have not yet stopped while human rights activists have been trying to slam them. News about Dalit violence is common in newspapers. Even after 73 years of independence, Dalits live in constant fear of being publicly humiliated by upper caste individuals. They are deprived of basic rights and also beaten up and raped in public. They are made to do all dirty work like manual scavenging which others wouldn't do. The practice of untouchability is high in the rural areas. The very law designed to protect and for the benefit of Dalit is quite non-existent in these regions of India. This is where 75 to 80% of the country resides. But this discrimination is not just in rural areas. There is a corporate ceiling for these people in India which limits them from their participation in corporates. 70% of education loans go to upper caste students because they don't want the Dalits to receive formal education. Otherwise, they won't be having people to do menial jobs like manual scavenging. In India, a crime continues to be committed against a Dalit every 15 minutes and at least 6 Dalit women are raped every day. There has been 66% increase in crime against Dalits and only 77% of them are filed and conviction is only 15%. The data after research has given us a record of 799 murders, 2,545 rapes and 35,692 atrocities committed against Dalits in 2016 only. And the sad truth is that there will be more unrecorded figures. This physically and mentally affects people. Media refuses to cover such stories. Dalits are made to do manual scavenging and also face discrimination in educational systems. In addition to this, Dalits face a lot of difficulties like denied access to village well, children are forced to clean classrooms and toilets, living in segregated huts to avoid contact and having a lonely life. Recently, a Dalit woman was raped and killed by 4 upper caste men in the district of Hathras, Uttar Pradesh. Her body was cremated by police without the consent of the victim's family at 2:30 am. Her family allegedly was locked up in their house when the cremation was going on. This is a classic example of the lawkeepers whose duty is to protect the people of the country abusing their power in favor of the upper caste people, and because of these the upper caste get away with such crimes. Just 5% of the marriages in India are intercaste marriages because Dalits are not allowed to marry anyone outside their caste as they won't be accepted. Many intercaste marriages even lead to honor killing. Despite the many acts that were brought into place to protect the Dalits, why is it that they still have to face a lot of atrocities which rob them from living a life like every other human being? But they never gave up, not even today. They protested. People from Dalit community from across the country participated in the protests. Dalits all over the country have faced discrimination and cruelty on the basis of their caste all these years. They finally decided to protest for their rights in order to survive in this cruel society. They have had enough of the inequality, enough of the discrimination, enough of the hierarchy in the caste system, enough of the cruelty. They now want their voices to be heard, which would make a change in the society. Their fight is for a change, for a good cause. They were oppressed, but now they are rising. We do have some solutions. Educating the coming generation is one of few ways we can eradicate the evil of untouchability. By providing midday meal schemes, free books, uniforms, etc., the government should take measures to promote education, especially for Dalit students. There should be strict enforcement of laws to protect the Dalits. Heavy penalties and strict actions which could lead up to a long prison time should be imposed on those who oppress them. But they had a voice. B.R. Ambedkar, the father of the Indian Constitution. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar had a tough childhood as he was born into a family treated as untouchables who were subjected to discrimination on the basis of their caste. Ambedkar explained the importance of abolishment of caste discrimination and the notion of untouchability in India. He was also the part of the Harijan movement with Gandhiji, which was a protest for the people belonging to the backward classes who face social injustice on the basis of their caste. Babasaheb believed that the primary problem of the Indian society was the fight between Buddhism and Brahmanism. Dalit Buddhist movement. In recent times, Dalits have started opting for other means of escaping the horror of their caste system in India by converting their faith into Buddhism. This movement was initiated by B.R. Ambedkar, which promotes the Dalit rights by questioning the age-old caste system of India in a way by rejecting the Hinduism. Nothing to everything, a Dalit billionaire. Rajesh Saraiya runs Steel Mont Private Limited based in Ukraine spanning 8 countries. His turnover exceeds 2000 crores and he is not the first Dalit billionaire. However, such success is not easy. In order to erase the line between the lower caste and the upper caste, the media, government, corporations, education institutions should strive to express the inequality brought on by this caste system, and they should do this through campaigns, etc. The lower caste Dalits are forced to do manual scavenging, waste picking, etc. against their will in many parts of the country. This should be banned and they should be granted the right to navigate their profession like any other human being. Recent data have shown that there are histories of Dalits converting into Islam to bury their Hindu identity. Dalits are unable to provide for even their most basic everyday needs. They are undereducated, deeply deprived, and aggressively oppressed. Dalits, moreover, face daily challenges to their physical protection. Religion is the primary cause of this. As Dalits are under this kind of injustice that is the product of Varna system, by converting into Buddhism, they have begun to opt for other ways to prevent this. Some Dalits, since they profit from positive discrimination, are absorbed into the modern society. The majority of Indians adhere to the religion of Hinduism and believe that their caste system should be practiced. There is no single solution to Dalits' misery, with many distinct aspects of this. The 7-year-old didn't realize it was wrong to drink from the special well just before being beaten up to death. Dear India, let's fight together for Dalit rights, not against each other. Dalit lives matter.